This is 38 carrots, around 1.4 kilograms and around 550 calories. You could compare this whole thing to 9 tablespoons of Ben & Jerry's or fucking 5 tablespoons of Nutella. Who the fuck eats that shit? And this whole thing is probably like $2. And I'm gonna binge eat it just to show you that anyone could lose weight, even if they had shitty genetics or a huge ass appetite like I had. And I'm gonna be surprised if I finish this. It's probably around 50 grams of fiber. Alright, let's get started. Alright, let's talk a little about micronutrients. This is basically the type of calories that you're ingesting, and it's either carbohydrates, fats, or protein. And the most filling nutrients are protein and fiber. And the thing with carrots, it's full with butter and fiber. It's gonna fill you up, not like your fucking Ben & Jerry's with 90 grams of fat and carbs. And then you're wondering why you're fat. Dude, if this was 30 bottles of Ben & Jerry's, it would be way easier to finish them, and I would probably still be hungry after eating them. And this is why you don't see Nikado Avocado binge eating apples or carrots, because if he did, he's probably gonna be full from the 10th one, and he's probably gonna get 0 views. Besides that, carrots are filling, fiber and water. This shit tastes good, especially if you pick those baby carrots, sweet ones. Honestly, those carrots taste better than most cakes for me. It's like an 8 out of 10. That's the effect that you want to have in almost all your foods when you're dieting. You want them to be filling, aka high in fiber and high in protein. And at the same time, you want them to taste good. Because sometimes, even if you're eating a huge salad and tons of chicken breast and you get full, you will still feel hungry. Your mouth is still craving food. He didn't realize the unseasoned shit you ate was food. He thought it was grass. That's why you gotta make your food taste great. Talking about tasty, let me eat. And this is how I lost weight. I didn't lose weight by eating a shit ton of lettuce for 4 months straight. I first started eating these shawarma wraps with the low-calorie tortilla and some cheese and hot sauce in it, and they shit ton of vegetables. That stuff tasted good. It almost tasted like the normal fast food wraps that I was having, which is probably like thousands of calories. And then I started watching Greg Doucette, got introduced to his anabolic diet, which is about the same concept. Eat high protein, high fiber, low calorie, filling foods, but they taste like an 8 out of 10 of the real thing. So I started making homemade popcorn and pizza wraps and French toast and pancakes and ice creams and some other complicated recipes, which was huge to help me stick to my diet at that time. And I didn't have to take a cheat meal or some bullshit. Alright, this started getting hard, boys. I'm feeling the fiber filling my insides. And you don't have to make the recipes that got expensive protein powder in them or expensive low-calorie sweetener. Just pick the recipes they could be consistent with for the rest of your life with like natural foods in them, chicken breast and eggs and bananas, and try to make them taste better. And I'm 2 years into lifting and I haven't bought any protein powder yet. And talking about that, you could obviously still eat those high protein, high fiber filling foods. But a huge mistake that I did is that I didn't hit the gym while losing weight. Let me explain, but let me eat real quick. And a quick tip, boys, try to always have a bottle of water next to you while eating, so it can help you eat slower and get more food. I literally finished one of these bottles on only my lunch. I basically wanted to get abs as a goal in my weight loss journey, and I kept dieting for months, doing a shit ton of cardio and cutting my calories, till I got to the point where I couldn't really get abs. I will have to keep lowering my calories more and do more cardio. That was almost impossible, and my abs weren't even aesthetic. They were like alien abs, even though I was doing a shit ton of ab workouts, so I just gave up that goal at that point. But when I started hitting the gym, I was shocked. After 6 months of just training, I've gotten a clear 4-pack without even trying. And first, it was because I trained them indirectly through doing those compound exercises. So they obviously developed better than those alien abs that I got from doing crunches in home. And second, I made more muscle, which increased my metabolic base rate, which is basically the calories that you naturally burn without even moving from your bed. And I exercised often, so I burned more calories. So I went from that kid who's struggling to lose weight to that one kid who's struggling to add weight. Imagine being one of those motherfuckers. So that's why you should 100% start hitting the gym while losing weight and do the hypertrophy type of training, which is basically gonna trigger your muscles to grow. I made a video about how I got addicted to the gym, so I can help you not miss your workouts. I'll link it there. And now let's get back to eating. What was I thinking, bro? This is go really hard. I'm gonna go take a shit real quick. Alright boys, we're back. And now, these are like the obvious reasons of why you're gaining weight, which is not eating low-calorie, filling, tasting foods. But let's get deeper. Why are you binge eating in the first place? Why you think about that question? I'm gonna eat. You probably said, oh, it's my big appetite, bro, and my shitty genetics. But it's not just that. Didn't you notice when you're feeling down in life, maybe you got a shitty grade or got rejected or had a fight with your parents, tapped too much or spent all day scrolling through Instagram? Didn't you notice that you ate more food at that time than you did when you were feeling happy and present? Maybe it was on a holiday with your family. You probably just ate to like, I'm just full bar. But when you had that anxiety and depression, you probably ate till you were stuffed, and of course you will. This might sound weird, but you want that comfort of being filled up. You want that comfort of being full and sleepy and not being able to do anything else because you're not mentally healthy. And I experienced this. But before I tell you my story, let me eat. When I was working on my anime channel making anime memes, I was always procrastinating on it. I had no discipline to do the work. I would come back from school and eat 4 bowls of lentil soup just so I can have that stuffed up feeling, which is gonna make me sleepy and distract me from the fact that I haven't uploaded for a month. And so you want to avoid that if you're trying to lose weight. This is another reason to start hitting the gym because it's gonna have a huge positive effect on your mental health. Literally, if I get any anxiety or depression that I want to binge eat and tap and watch porn, I'll instantly hit the gym, and the moment I leave the gym door, I'm like a different person. I started laughing at my past self. So exercise whenever you're feeling down, and besides hitting the gym, you could obviously start meditating, which is gonna help you be present and aware of yourself and will cure your anxiety and depression. But for me at least, meditation is like a long-term fix. It's gonna help reduce your anxiety and be more present at the long term. But if you got fucked up mental health right now for any dumbass reason, at least for me, meditation didn't work. I still felt depressed and anxious. So what I do now, if I get that sudden anxiety, I'll instantly go take a 30-minute nap, because I found that the moment I wake up from that nap, I start looking to things more differently, and all that stress and anxiety just went away. Alright, let me eat again. And yeah, before I forget this point, boredom is actually one of the big reasons why people are binge eating. I remember when I was trying to lose weight, and we basically was going to school like 3 times a day for quarantine reasons. And I had so much free time, I had nothing else to do than eat while binge watching anime and maybe do some cardio in the morning. So I just stayed home for the rest of the day, and I kept going back and forth to the kitchen, making some complicated recipes and prepping food and all those stuff. And since I was eating around 1,000 of calories at that time, my discipline insulin had enough, so I went to eating a spoon of Nutella or two, ended up depressed after it, because I've just ate 100 more calories, bro, shut up. But in school I stopped giving a fuck about my hunger and all those foods, because I'm being present with my friends, and so you want that feeling of presence and being distracted from your feelings throughout all day, but you don't want to binge watch anime and Netflix and end up poor. You gotta find your purpose and start setting some goals, actually work to achieve them, so you can be in that present state throughout all day. So watch that video, I'll show you how to set goals and find your purpose in life. Anyways, let's get back to eating. Now let's get more deeper and talk about the controversial shit why you're actually fat. Society wants you to be fat. Besides those shitty TikToks about being weak is okay, bro. Every cheap food around you is high in calories and bad for you, and it's available everywhere. You turn, you see McDonald's. You go there, you see KFC. You go there, you see, what do people even eat now? Starbucks and fucking Wendy's or some bullshit. Who the fuck still eats fast food? And this kinda gets depressing, because all these reasons that I've talked about in this video might be negligible. Because if people had more money and more free time, they're obviously gonna be exercising and eating healthier, which is somewhat depressing and unfair. They have to sacrifice their health just so they can make more money and maybe pay for their kids' bills. So all those average people are just forced to be fat. But I guess we and you as the next generation, we need to change this. Anyways, let me eat again. That's it, boys. I'm not feeling good after this. I'll probably have some jaw muscles after this video. I'll put the total number of carrots that I ate here. And as always, there is no time when you're ready to take action.